Today, I come to you with a tender heart, which, if I'm being honest, is one of my favorite ways to show up, especially online, because it's almost the opposite of what you see so much of. And in this current phase of my own transformation, as it relates to identity, expression, branding, business, is I am all about dismantling, deconditioning. And the more that I feel I have to uphold, the more exhausted I get. And that's why I like to just create from my own flow. And especially in these moments where I'm the most tender, where my heart is the most feeling, because it's real, it's raw, it's unmasked. There's no trying, there's no performance. And the last few weeks, more so than ever, I'm just so tired of performative energy, branding, seeing how the masses create on social media. It's just exhausting. I hate it. I don't like to play that game. And I don't think that you need to play that game either. So when I come to you in these tender moments, it feels like an honest piece of me that I can feel good about sharing. And I always feel like it's a conversation that you don't really get to see or hear very often from leaders, people putting themselves out there online, who have results, who get their clients results, because there's this fear of being judged or taken advantage of, or who knows what that energy is, right? But I don't have that fear. I have a mastermind, and in my mastermind, I am so honest. Like, you guys, this is what challenges I'm moving through right now. These are the solutions that I'm creating. It's like, you guys, I'm coming to you today in a fired up energy, or, oh my God, you guys, today I'm so tender. And for me, this is true leadership. Now, I'm not going to I don't bring my clients like, woe is me, victimhood, crying, and seeking validation type energy. No, it's not that. It's, hey guys, this is what I'm feeling. This is what I'm moving through right now. And this is what it's teaching me. And this is how I'm moving myself through it, just in case that you are experiencing this or may in the near future as well, right? And to me, that's real leadership. And, I went through an experience a few weeks ago that really rocked me. It rocked me. Actually, I'm just starting to feel the inner rockedness of this from Saturday, a couple days ago. It's Tuesday now, so 3 or 4 days. Because I was on this adrenaline rush and this shock wave of realizing a mentor that I signed up with wasn't who they said they were, and didn't have the embodied communication and leadership skills that they talked about. And for myself, knowing all the work that I've done on myself, not that I'm perfect, absolutely so far from it, but knowing the standards that I have for myself, the way I lead myself, the way I lead my clients, I cannot be associated with what I had experienced. And so I exited, removed myself from the situation. And I haven't talked about it much except for maybe some more like coded ways of talking about it. But at this point, I have nothing to hide, nothing to hold back. And for me to move forward, it's like bringing voice to this, right? And so, yeah, since Saturday, I've been quite tender and moving through some really painful grieving. And I know what's going to come from that is a deeper embodied leadership for myself, deeper truth in my own voice, my own message, my own beliefs, and less outsourcing. Hi. Bye. Less outsourcing my power to coaches, gurus, people like that. And I have gotten really good at not doing that, but of course, this was like another layer of that. And I was just on a call with a girl yesterday. If you're watching this, hi. And she was saying that's something that she doesn't want to do anymore. And I think that's so important because the way that I lead my clients isn't by me being this idol and having all the answers. It's me being a guide to help you find your own truth and your own path and your own purpose and your own power. That's the most important part of the work. It's not that I'm this figure that has figured it all out. We're walking together and tweaking and shifting as we go and grow and evolve to piece together this vision that you have and see it through into reality. And I'm walking forward and you're walking forward and we're walking step by step. So I think this tender heart is I think it's interesting. I'm just feeling a lot right now, like what to talk about. Because one thing I did notice is right coming out of this experience of exiting myself from a scenario that wasn't safe any longer, the immediate reaction was to learn new things, to strengthen my strategy, basically seeking certainty, right? And then today being like, none of this even matters. This is so limiting because, especially how my human design works, this is the most important piece of everything. And yeah, there might be like some strategy loosely on like how this enters the interwebs and gets shared across platforms, but this wasn't created because strategy said create a video like this. This was created out of the pure intention of my heart wanting to speak and share what I'm moving through as an example so that others can potentially feel like they're not alone in their own journey, whatever you're moving through, right? So the other interesting thing about this is like the mind will say, I've done this a few times lately. The mind will say, this is going to be very boring for them, for you, the one watching this. And if I think about the types of content that I consume, it's actually when people are being the realist, the most honest, the most unfiltered, unscripted, and also just speaking from truth and sharing their real life lived experience as it's coming up. And so that's what I'm doing now. And this is definitely not boring, you know? And this is a permission slip for you as well to be more human in your business and your brand. So moving forward, oh my gosh, there's a lot of things that I'm implementing. And I was just at a women's circle. This is actually what I wanted to share earlier. I was at a women's circle this weekend, and we were talking about the Taurus new moon and what that means. And I guess it has a lot to do with like bringing up these things we want to change in our life and our business. And for me, a lot has been coming up like, oh my God, so many things I want to change. And the vision was so clear. But when it came to actioning a lot of these things, that was not happening effortlessly like it normally does for me. And I realized, okay, I don't need to change all these things right away. This current moment is more about becoming aware of all the changes and things I would like to make. And then in the coming days and weeks and even months, maybe even years, these things will start to become reality in action, right? And so for you, if you have these feelings coming up as well, knowing these things you want to change, it might not be that you need to action all of them right away, but just hold them in your heart and your intention in your journal, and action the ones that you're being shown, being called to action, but don't force yourself to action them all right away, because that would be overwhelming. And that's maybe not even what's being asked of you right now, right? So for me, I have so many things that I noticed that I wanted to change. Some of these things were really big, and that was really stressing me out and then causing me to get into misalignment and then feeling scattered, and then all the emotions that come around that became a distraction, taking me further away from purpose and truth and power. And it was like, oh, annoying. I hate that energy. So I just dropped it all, had my list, knew what I wanted to change, and then took action on the things that felt most true for me. Part of that was actually organizing these cupboards here in my office, because we just moved into this place in February. We had done a few waves of settling in, but there's still some corners and places that I'm like, this could be like more beautiful, more organized, more homely, more cute. And so that's the main thing I'm being shown to action right now. It's not these business strategies that I see myself doing. It's not these brand movement things. It's not even this like physical body like stuff with fitness and all of that. It's like, just settle more into your house. You've just moved through so much. Give yourself time to settle into this space. And that is what I'm being asked of right now, right? And I trust for me and for you that all the other things we're being shown to change are going to happen. You are going to do them. It just might not be today. It might not be tomorrow. Maybe it will be later. And that's perfect, right? Because I truly do believe for myself, and what I've seen in my clients, is if we try to force something, it's going to take you more energy, make you more depleted, and might not get you the best result. As when you do something, when it comes from pure flow, pure desire, and pure alignment in that moment. And according to your authority in human design as well, I'm a splenic authority. So I don't really do things until I get the splenic hit, just like this video, to do them, and then I do them. And when I do it in that way, honoring my authority, then it happens more effortlessly, more in flow, where it gives me energy back, doesn't deplete me, and I get it done so fast. And it's like magic happens. I don't even know. And so I honor and trust that process and know all these things I know I'm meant to change are in the works already. And it's only my duty, my job, to action the ones that come through my splenic hits throughout the day, right? And so, yeah, I've already started organizing these cupboards, making a mental checklist of all the other things in my house that I can do. I'll probably go buy myself some flowers today and know and trust that that's perfect. That is enough, right? That is enough. I'm enough. I have done enough. This is the mantra. And so I'm not huge into astrology, but I like to use it as like little like check-in points, like, that's the energy right now. How does that align with me? What am I moving through? What do I feel? How can I create more coherence and resonance around this? So I was just reading on the Auric. I love her writing on Twitter. She was saying that right now we're kind of like coming to this completion of these purges that were happening since 2018 till now. And that's maybe why you feel more tender, more grieving, and more almost like unclear on what to prioritize, because this isn't a big moment of action. It's actually kind of like resting in the gratitude of all the work you've done since 2018, all those chapters of transformation you've moved yourself through. And then that will make space. And then you'll be able to move forward as your new identity, not this scattered version of a little bit of both. Right? So this is what I'm giving myself permission to do. And yeah. So that's my video for today. This may potentially end up on a podcast too. Who knows? I'm sending you all so much love. Alicia Rep, the Energy Queen. And I can't wait to share more of these real talks with you.